of High Limit Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with...
I'm Timo.
And I'm Ramon from Alleviate.
There were some questions to say about the upcoming album, Demons. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you guys feel about the response to the announcement so far?
So far, it's been great. People who have been waiting for the album for a longer time now. Actually, since we released our very first single back in 2021. We took our time to really finish up that album, and everyone is enjoying all the songs so far. There's only 2 more left on the album, but due to modern streaming habits, it is like this. But we can't wait to release our debut album. Yeah.
Hell yeah. The album fucking rips front to back.
Yeah, it's immaculate.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So first single comes out 2021. It's now 2024. Album's finally coming out. At what point in the process, was the idea always a debut, an album, or was it the response to that single was oh fuck, we gotta start thinking about a record?
No, it was always an album because we signed to a rising empire prior to releasing our debut single.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we already had that in mind, but that still the reactions from our first single, they were completely overwhelming. So that made us even more hyped on creating Demons.
Gotcha.
But originally, this was just a fun project. Because Ramon and me were playing GTA online during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the lockdowns it was, and we were just riding around on a bicycle, and then we're like,
of course,
we should write a song together. All right, let's fucking go. And then, we wrote just a fun song we just wanted to release between Ramon and me. But then it suddenly became bigger, and now we're here.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story.
Yeah. The joke project becomes a little too serious, you know?
Yeah.
I know that all too well.
Oh my god, all from GTA. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
The album title, we thought it was cool because it kind of sums up what all of the songs are about. Because our music it stands for mental health, because we all have to deal with that, and I'm sure there are many listeners of this podcast that also struggle with that. And we thought this actually sums it up, but the word demons written out was a little bit too cheesy for us. So we were like, yeah, let's make it look cooler. And yeah, you still can say demons by reading it without having actually demons being there. Yeah. And the artwork was me playing around with an AI tool that's creating images. And I had that thought in my mind of someone sitting there and staring into another world through some kind of portal. It stands for being caught between 2 worlds, you know? And I think I was on tour with my other band, our Mirage, and sitting in the van, and was just playing around with that, and somehow on, I think the 10th try or something cool came out. And it also resembles what our music stands for. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Love it.
The funny thing actually was when Timo sent the artwork over, all of us were immediately like, yeah, this is the one. Let's go.
Nice.
It connected so well with us, even though it's an AI picture or something like that. But we all, when we saw the picture and we know we had this vision behind all our songs, we knew yeah, this is it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So can you guys tell us a little bit about your writing process for the album?
Well, the writing process was quite difficult because in the beginning, for the first 2 songs, Ramon came over into my studio. He lives in the Netherlands. I live in Germany. So there was a border between us. But he managed to come to the studio. We did it. But then later on, it became a little bit more difficult because Ramon had like a little, let's call it incident where he ended up in the hospital, and but I think it was something. It felt for you like a stroke or something, but in the end, it was just like a super massive panic attack, right?
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
And from that moment on, things got a little bit more difficult for us. So we tried to figure out a way how to finish this album, because we already had signed that contract with the Rising Empire for an album. And so Ramon and me tried to think about ways. And luckily, I've already started to teach Ramon about recording and mixing and stuff. So I helped him build a little foundation for his own studio, actually. And from that moment on, Ramon could write and record his guitars at his place, send the same session over, because we used the same DAW, like the recording program. And so it was super easy to work on that. He recorded something, sent the project over, I worked on it, sent it back. And so we finished the album, even though Ramon couldn't make it to the studio anymore that easily. But it turned out fucking great. We
Great.
love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Would you guys be able to give like bookends of like when this recording process and writing process kind of started and then ended?
I think it ended like a few months ago.
No.
I think mainly it ended in like around 1 year ago, in August 2023. That was when the like almost everything was completely done, and then in the end we just had some minor tweaks we did till the beginning of this year somewhere.
Oh wow. So is that like 2 to 3 years of just active building on the album?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's like we all have a lot of ideas about like the music that we make, and also because you're sending stuff back and forth, it also takes longer because you're not together with each other in the studio, so that occupies more time. But also we wrote a great list of demos, like a lot.
Maybe 25 demos.
Something like that, and we just wanted to have for our taste the best on this album that we could possibly produce, and that we felt like, yep, this is us, that represented us. Like we don't settle for okay, it needed to be perfect. So we just went mayhem, and therefore it took a little bit longer. But every single one of our songs is a song that we truly stand behind, and that was really important to us because as well of the message we portray, to say it like this.
Gotcha.
So was there any learning curve or any issues kind of working over the internet away from each other? And did you guys have any communication issues as well? Because I know tone can get kind of lost through text. Were there any bickering? Like, was anything like that at all? Or was it just smooth sailing?
I think, like every band has probably some communication issues here and there.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to the songwriting, we were in 99% all on the same page.
Yep.
I would definitely say that. There were some things in between where like the communication when a new demo or a new mix was sent in was a little bit difficult sometimes, but then we talked about it and tried to approach things differently. For example, Ramon had like the habit to instantly give like a super long list of feedback, and after sending a song in, when I spent like the whole day on the mix, this long feedback was like a little bit too much then, but then we talked about it.
Yeah.
And now we have like a different process on it. And so there was definitely a learning curve for all of us, and definitely a learning curve in the songwriting process, that it works if we are not in the same room. And maybe we sit on Discord and stream our audio signals over, and we write on something. yeah, as we said, we had like a lot of demos,
Mhm.
but in the end, it got better and better and way easier the more demos we wrote and the more finished songs we had in the end. And we all love those songs. And yeah,
I think
Yeah.
also a big part of like the learning curve and like the issues that we had is that everybody has such a great passion for what we do, and we are like with 5 guys in one band. You want to make sure everyone is happy with the songs as how they are. But for instance, if Timo wrote a song or I wrote a song and we send it over and everything is getting put in different places, then your own feeling with your song is gone, to say it like this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because we all have such a great passion for the music, yeah, of course sometimes there were some interactions, to say it like this, but
Yeah.
I think that the good thing is that we know from each other that it's all from passion. It's never personal. It's just really because we all want the best for this band, and that sometimes means you have a different opinion on something, and then you need to work that out. And yeah, stuff happens. But yeah, if you now listen to the album, I think we did a great job on that.
Oh
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, what song off this album took longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
longest to write.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, are they, if like, I think most of the songs on this album were no-brainers for us because
Good.
when we write a demo, sometimes we get stuck, and then you try to keep writing it, keep finishing it, and then sometimes you're like, it's just not that, and then you keep going and start something else, and suddenly then there's like this song where it just flows, and that's for most of the songs. But if I have to pick one song, then it's Within Worlds. It was the last song that that got finished, and we had a completely different thought about it in the beginning. And I think we had that demo laying around for a year,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
and nothing happened with it, no vocals or whatsoever. But just the instrumental, we were like, we don't really feel it. It has some cool parts, but and then in the end, I was listening to those songs again. I was like, okay, you know what? No clean vocals in this song. We kick out the chorus. We make it just pure filth. And then I rearranged the structure a little bit, sent it into the group, and Ramon was like, okay, I have an idea. And then after the song was laying around for 1 year, within 2 days it was finished.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was as soon the only like 2 riffs needed to switch apart, and no one of us thought about it, and Timo just did it, and everything just clicked it,
Yeah.
and
And no
immediately,
clean chorus.
yeah, no clean chorus, but
Yeah.
immediately had ideas for post-production and vibes, and it just clicked, and that I think that's a really important thing as well, what Timo said as well, with some songs they just flow, and it's all about a gut feeling. And sometimes you just, with certain songs, when you're working on it, you have a gut feeling like, yep, this is it. And then it just happens, and you don't think about it too much, actually.
And you asked for the favorite song of the album.
Yes.
Didn't forget that. My personal favorite of the album is, I think, Demons, the first song and the title track, because it has everything that Alleviate stands for and that Alleviate has to offer. It has like super heavy riffs, a super heavy breakdown. You've heard it with that laughing voice there.
Oh, yeah.
It's so demonic, and a super catchy chorus.
Yeah.
It has fast riffs. It has calmer parts. I'd say this song is my absolute favorite from this album. And yours, Ramon?
Gravity, by far.
Gravity. Yeah, true.
Nice.
Gravity.
Yeah. It's just, I have such a deep connection with that song and the lyrics, and yeah, that song just hits home, and it means a lot to me. So that's by far my favorite.
Hell yeah.
And you
Wonderful.
guys, what are your favorite songs for the
Title
album?
track. Everything that you listed were my favorite reasons why it's my favorite. It's so fucking, it's nasty as
Nice.
fuck too. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, I agree with
Absolutely.
what Glory said. Title track all the way.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So how the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener, close the closer, shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
I think we didn't write it like this, that the opener song is the opener, but when we had the plan with the Rising Empire that we are releasing single after single, our drummer had the idea to actually like fit the songs that are unreleased in the beginning and at the end. So you get some, like, a new song in the beginning and a new song in the end, and everything in between was released before. But yeah, like that was the thought behind it. We didn't really write it in like for the order of the album. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, fair enough.
Makes sense. Yeah. Would you guys be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
Yeah, sure. Definitely. My headspace was a lot of times in a dark place, and writing this music is a way of coping for me as well, and to put like thoughts and feelings in yeah, just out of myself into something. So yeah, for me, a lot of times I'm working on music, it was just when I was not feeling well or had issues with my mental health. But I think there's also beauty in that, to say it like this, because yeah, the songs turned out so well. So yeah, that's it for me, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Like I think for Ramon, it was like a little bit darker at periods. But I think like most of the time when I'm in an album writing process, I have sometimes where it's flowing and sometimes where it's definitely not flowing, and I get super depressed because I think I'm not good enough, or that I have to do better. Everyone else is doing better, and why can I sound like this or whatsoever? And then I get like super down. But actually, with this album, because I didn't have to do it alone, it was easier for me. I got inspiration from all the other band members. I mean, 4 out of 5 band members are songwriters and music producers, actually.
Yeah. Wow.
And that helps a lot. So I get inspiration from all sides. But in Al Mirage, for example, I don't have that. I'm mostly doing it alone. Well, for the new stuff, we're working with other producers together as well. But that's something else. But that's something I learned from Alleviate. So I think during this album, my headspace was mostly on the super hyped part. And yeah, I'm still super hyped for this album, and for every single we put out. Yeah, just love this album.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful.
Would you say that like this process was like maybe the best you've been mentally writing a record because you had like a support system around you of other people that were writing for the album as well?
Definitely one of the best, yeah. I think for the very first album of Al Mirage, it was also a little bit different because it was a new band and stuff. But for this one, it was definitely completely different, and I didn't feel alone during that time. Yeah, it was like a band writing an album instead of just one person. Yeah.
That's good.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So how do you guys recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should you do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you guys personally recommend?
I actually all of the above. Actually, to say it like this. For some people, it will be a nice album just on the background when you're having a party, and for some other people, I think they can really relate to our music, especially when you're dealing with mental health issues and depressions and stuff like that. So yeah, then I recommend just sit down for it, take a listen, because we know how you feel. You know, you are not alone. You're being loved, and we a big part of our music is to make people feel understood and just feel heard. So yeah, for the people who are dealing with that kind of illnesses, take your time for it and let it come all over you. Say it like this.
I also think that this album is for like there's something for everyone, you know. There's like super heavy tracks you can listen if you wanna, like if you feel angry or just wanna let out some energy. Then there's like some songs that are a little bit softer, a little bit more on the poppy side. And I think for every situation there's like a at least one song that you
Yeah.
can listen on a party. You can listen when you feel down. You can, and then there's songs that hype you up. Then there's songs that bring you down. And yeah, I think there's songs for everyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Agree.
Even in the gym, you know, like listen to our
Oh, yeah.
breakdowns, pumping the weights in the gym.
Yup.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yep.
So this one should be super, super quick off top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 6 total, no more, no less.
The deep, caring, and heavy.
Nice.
Fight your fears.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are
Great
both
6 words.
bangers.
Yeah.
And in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
As Ramon said, I think feeling understood is the feeling that we want to spread out with the music. I mean, we have like so many different topics in our songs, from fighting anxiety, from losing a loved one, to sleeping paralysis, and all of that. Yeah, we want to show everyone who's listening to our music that these thoughts in their heads doesn't make them to be alone. Like, yeah, understood. That's the best way to describe it.
And also, your illness doesn't define the person. I think that's a really important one. That the things that you're going through doesn't make you the person who you are. And I think that's I think that's important.
100%. It's very powerful to say that. So, are you guys able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of this album, positive or negative?
Challenging one was us not being together the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like the most challenging part of it.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, I agree. And what also from a personal stand, or like from a personal point of view, was difficult at some times is that I can really relate to our songs in terms of like the topics of anxiety, depressions, and stuff like this, and to have your thoughts being put into words going into the world, that is pretty scary.
Yeah.
So that was that was really a challenge for me. Like, okay, do I really want to do this? But yeah, I think in terms of the lyrics, the ones that Timo wrote are insane, and like they hit really hard, and I feel that's for all of us to enjoy and to feel, to say it like this.
So,
Yeah, so you're welcome. So, but yeah, I think
Thank
that was a challenging part.
Yeah, and what kind of pushed you to like kind of overcome that and be like, no, like this is what I want to do. I do want these songs to come out, and I want to be a part of this. Like, what pushed you to that?
I think there's a huge stigma about these topics, and I know like a lot of people feel alone, and yeah, what we said before, a lot of people don't feel understood, don't feel heard, don't feel loved. That they're just in a dark place. And for me personally, if our music can only help one individual, then that's the key. That's why I want to make music, is just to help people as well cope with with stuff, and just knowing that we actually received messages from people that our music helps them, and
Aw.
but they don't understand that helps us as well, you know.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that is for me like the main key frame of just go ahead with it and just help other people as well. There's so much
Mhm.
bullshit already going on in this world. If we all can just understand each other a bit more, be more loving, be more caring, then the world's going to be a better place.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
respect
damn
that.
right. And because some of these tracks have already been out for a couple years even, do you guys still feel as connected to them and relate to them as deeply as you did when you first wrote them?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
100%.
I still love Die For Me. I still love Broken.
Yeah.
Especially playing them live
Mhm.
is so much fun. Um, yeah, it's I think there's no doubt. Otherwise, we wouldn't have put them on the album as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
damn
sense.
right.
So for this question, I want you guys to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Vegetarian sandwich.
Oh, okay,
Really?
okay.
Yep, I agree on that one.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
what is in a vegetarian sandwich?
Of like I don't know how the culture in America is for you guys, but in Germany we have like a big vegetarian and vegan thing going on. So there's
Oh,
like a lot of um replacement products, let's
yeah.
say it like this. We have almost everything you can imagine as meat. There's like an alternative in vegetarian or mostly vegan as well.
Fucking
And you can
awesome.
get that everywhere in Germany, in every store. Like Germany is on the #1 list of vegetarian and vegan products in the whole world actually right now. It grew over the last 10 years. So there's like you can imagine like a normal sandwich you would eat and get everywhere else with, I don't know, ham on it,
Mhm.
but then it's just vegetarian ham made out of
Yeah, soy and
pea
proteins.
protein
Yeah.
or soy protein. Um, and it tastes amazing for real. It's like I've been a vegetarian for almost 15 years now,
Hell
and
yeah.
in the beginning it was hard, but now it's so easy. Even Burger King has all of their products with vegetarian alternatives.
They
Wow.
actually taste better as
single.
well.
Oh
I mean, of
man,
course.
I
Yeah.
I didn't I know that over there in Germany and the United Kingdom and places like that
Mhm.
the vegan options are more bountiful than here in the US, and I've been
Oh, yeah.
vegan since birth, 21 years. So
You should come to Germany.
I think I
I was
I think
thinking
I got to
that.
move there, man, because like
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love fast food and shit, and the options are limited, but you know.
Yeah.
It's even Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC has vegan options, and
No.
it tastes so good, for
Yep.
real.
They had
I'm
vegan
really
options
craving
here.
for that burger they have. Oh,
They
Oh
they
my
had vegan
God.
options here for like 3 months. It was like a test run.
Yeah.
Dry as shit. Looked like fucking like erasers that you would have in
I saw
elementary
that
school.
shit.
What?
So
Yeah, it didn't
gross.
look good.
oh
Mhm.
well, in Germany it's
Yep.
fucking amazing, for real. We even have in the big cities like Berlin, Cologne, Munich, we have Burger Kings that are completely vegan.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's like some of those big meat companies that have been there for years. They now make their main profit off of vegan products.
Oh
They
my
so
God.
they reduced their meat production and focused more on vegetarian and vegan options. At first, it was just vegetarian, and then they switched everything over to vegan, and it tastes really good. Like for real, my fridge is full of all of that stuff.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my
I know where I
God.
gotta go now.
Yeah, right?
Another reason. There's
Yeah.
like great shows over here, great bands, and
Great
amazing food.
Great food.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right. And on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Uh,
The vegetarian Burger King.
yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, vegetarian cheeseburger from Burger King.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yep.
And for the last couple questions, going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
My drink of choice would be Pepsi Max, like the zero version lemon, and oh well, fuck it, it's death row. I'm going with sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink Pepsi lemon with the vegan Whopper from Burger King.
Nice.
Yum.
I have actually no clue. I agree on just going full on with sugar and just eat whatever you want because like it's dead row. Who the fuck cares, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think I would just eat anything at that moment. As long as it tastes good, it's fine.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
no, that's fair.
Yeah.
And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Middle Earth.
Ooh. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Hobbits?
Yeah,
Mhm.
man, I love the movies. Like The Lord of the Rings is my all-time favorite movies, and I love the scenery. And so basically New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would live in the world of Elden Ring from the game.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite game of all time. I've put hundreds of hours in it, and I love everything about the game.
But
so.
you would die instantly.
Oh.
Yeah, but I would respawn as well. So who
There you
cares?
go. Yeah.
But without all your loot.
Oh.
And I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
I would say as well, purple.
Nice.
Yeah, like the neon purple. I fucking love it.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Damn right.
All
And
right.
Gloria, I have to say, your room looks really cool.
Thank you so much. I put a lot of effort into it. I appreciate
Looks
it.
sick.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So as I said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
I mean, the album comes out on the 23rd. It's our debut album called Demons from Alleviate. And go stream it, go buy it. Support us, support every other band that needs support. It's important. Buy merch and go to shows.
Hell yeah.
Damn right.
All right. Well, thank you, Styles. Guys, been Alleviate, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.